Hello, and welcome to The King is Watching. So, we'll be continuing on today, and I believe today we are starting with the graveyard for the first time. We can't get any ascension crystals yet. Ooh, in fact. Can we go threat level 2 straight from the off? I believe we can. In fact, can we even go 3? We can go straight in at 3. So we're going to try our new king, King Brezenius. I'm probably mispronouncing that. But he gets abilities based on, let's see. Yeah, he gets bonuses based on morale. So we probably want to get things like arenas and get a winery and things. That's probably what's going to benefit us the most here. If we get to the maximum, all units get 100 extra HP and deal more damage for each fallen friendly unit until the end of the wave. Which is kinda nuts. We're going in with some new council members. We're going to get 10 extra denarii per wave, which is pretty good. We're going to get buildings being cheaper to build, and a discount on resources at the traders, so that's quite nice. But we're also going to have cheaper units, which we've had before, and slightly more productive buildings, so we should be pretty well positioned to beat difficulty on the graveyard here. Hopefully. There'll probably be new enemy types and things here. I'm expecting probably lots of skeletons instead of goblins. And yeah, I'm expecting new bosses as well. Sir Mortifax, the Scholarly Slaughterer. They're a rare breed among undead horrors, a meticulous scientist, equally skilled in forbidden magic and swordplay. He harbours no particular hatred for your kingdom, viewing living beings merely as bundles of interesting raw materials for his ambitious, unethical experiments. His laboratory overflows with disturbing notes, charts, and suspiciously labelled jars. Heroes who challenge Mortifax discover that he's more curious than cruel, often pausing mid-battle to record observations such as remarkable resistance to dismemberment. Unfortunately, participation in his research usually results in death or at best prolonged undead discomfort. And at the start of each wave, an icy meteor will fall on our army. Troops caught in the blast will become frozen. We receive a special building that generates defrosting spells. Interesting. So he seems a lot more involved than the enemies we've come across so far. We're going to get this... we're not going to get these starting units. I'm going to go for the 200 wart here so we can just immediately skip the gathering of stuff from the well. But we'll start clearing this. Sire, I have reached the graveyard. You have reached the graveyard. This place is notoriously bad at staying quiet. I must inform you about the local currency. Whatever these things are. Oh, relics. The best way to find them is to dig through the local ruins, although some may object to being disturbed. A certain lady merchant has set up shop near the cemetery. She deals in rare goods, and, most curiously, the occasional reanimated soldier. You can spend your relics there. I advise you to recruit a couple of ruin scouts to start exploring the ruins. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's witches knocking about. Okay. Creepy. Oh, we've got a pyre here that defrosts our troops, which we probably want to use. I've got to remember as well, we won't have the ability to... Yeah, we won't have the ability to create any grunts with our skills on this one, so we can't press the button here to gain grunts. Which will be a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Right. Get these peasants' huts up. Oh, and it is goblins. Okay. Uh-oh. It wasn't too bad, that. Barracks will go for... I guess a bone pit. Sure. And we'll get a gold mine. Ooh, plenty of denarii in this one. 3 zombies, right, so yeah, there is going to be more undead stuff in this rather than loads of goblins. A wretch, but we get an artifact. Plaything and bandits. Let's go with bandit and a zombie. That we'll put that there and put this one here. We don't know what all these enemies are, so I want to be a bit careful here. 'Tis but a scratch. I'm feeling a Monty Python reference coming along here. A mysterious fight has appeared at a strategic bridge, challenging your bravest warriors to one-on-one combat. After proclaiming none shall pass, he is swiftly dismembered by your royal guard, only to casually regenerate each limb, dismissing the grievous injuries as mere scratches. Your oldest warrior, both horrified and amused, recognises him as the infamous Dark Knight, legendary for a stubbornness matched only by his terrible combat skills. Despite the worrying number of his limbs scattered around, the knight cheerfully insists he's fine and continues to block your most vital trade route. Your advisors exchange awkward glances, uncertain how to manage such limitless self-confidence. We can recruit him, and we'll get permanent morale boosts, receive an arena, or receive an assassin. The arena is really interesting. I think that gives us even more morale bonus than this, but we won't receive the actual knight. However, given our character, well, our king prefers having really high morale, getting an early arena is kind of crazy. Despite initial costs, the detour pays off handsomely, trade resumes uninterrupted, and the stubborn knight becomes a popular local attraction. An entrepreneurial guard quickly sets up a side business, renting armour for mock duels against the knight and selling snacks afterwards. After seeing your sizable royal share, you graciously extend participation to commoners. Everyone deserves their bit of fun after all. So we build an arena for him, where people can go and fight him like a tourist attraction. Lovely. Ooh, ruin scouts. Search for ruins for its treasures. Ooh. So we've got some new mechanics here then. Right. It'll cost a lot to get that arena going, but we'll get it there. 4 enemies incoming. Right, where shall we put these ruined scouts? We're going to need some food for them. Let's set this as the dig site. Bone pit will need some wheat. Okay. And we'll set that to work. We'll need water for skeletons, don't we? We need to get that sorted. We'll set that as a dig site, I guess. Wow, they just don't care, do they? So what was that? Clay things. So the clay things are suicide bombers. Oh, and if you're not protecting your scouts, they get eaten by zombies. Right, that's... I will keep that in mind. We're going to grab a wheat field. Right. That's a big fella. So what's this? Zombies, zombie crawler, and a wretch. So that's a wretch. Looks pretty chunky. We'll want to be wary of that one. Right. And we've been frozen. We do have a meteorite we can use if we need. But I don't think we'll need to. We'll look to be doing alright. It looks like we're probably going to lose some ruin scouts if we're not careful here. Yeah, they're all dead. Lost a bit of health, but oh well. Another bone pit, I guess, and resources to produce faster. That's a pretty good one. And we get chain lightning. We'll need some water to recruit more skeletons, and some more wheat to recruit more guys. And what do these cost to recruit? 2 wheat, that's practically nothing. Right, we're gonna grab, let's see, suspicious pile, they can be traded, 2 wine when we're killing enemies, pretty good. I think, oh, and we've got a, yeah, we've got a discount, haven't we? So the discount doesn't apply to the buildings here. Also, it doesn't apply to things down here. It doesn't apply to spells from the looks of things, but it does apply to buildings, and the discount does apply to resources. Okay. We're getting the blood and wine amphora. I'm going to upgrade the arena since our guy really likes high morale and such. We'll grab that iron just because it's good to have iron. And, ooh, should we get some buildings? I'm feeling like wheat field and maybe golden sawmill. And we'll put those somewhere here. When our fields and sawmills and things do eventually run out. Oh, and these recover at some point, it looks like. Let's send troops to barracks. So just being turned into cannon fodder at the moment. Right, send out a whole bunch at once. Artifact. Resource at the start of each wave. Well, we've not unlocked any abilities so far, so we'd best do that. Levy barracks. Hunters. Always nice to see hunters. We'll get a... Let's go gold mine, and we'll get a crystal mine to go with our magic school. Get the denarii, get this. Prophecy. Some denarii, always nice. Some basic production and stuff, and I guess we just go for the easier wave out of those two. They're both just going to offer some resources, so... Denarii here, zombies and a shaman. Put it with that other shaman there. A depth dweller for advanced production. Sharing some clay things maybe there, and then a depth dweller at the end. See what that is. They don't even know I'm alive. A brave spy from your kingdom has infiltrated an exclusive gathering of undead commanders, aiming to uncover critical secrets that could turn the tides of war in your favour. Standing stiffly in a corner, awkwardly wearing a party hat and nervously clutching a suspiciously empty glass of brain juice, he silently communicates with your mage through magical means, whispering happily. They don't even know I'm alive. But the undead guests grow suspicious, sniffing the air and grumbling about the strange living smell. The tension stinks, literally. Your spy starts to panic, urgently requesting immediate support or extraction. Your advisors remind you that time is running out. Undead parties rarely last until dawn. Send in the extraction team. Upgrade our gaze. Enemies attack immediately. Order the mage to create a distraction. We get 2 necromancy spells. Encourage the spy to stick to the plan using your royal authority. We want to upgrade our gaze, I think. Chaos erupts just at the right moment, though perhaps a bit too perfectly. Your spy escapes while our elite knights battle the undead guard. Though you didn't achieve your initial goals, you have managed to make the undead generals paranoid, convinced that living infiltrators lurk everywhere. The time they spend interrogating each other about who smells suspiciously fresh provides enough setbacks for the kingdom to benefit. 20 guys incoming, and we get a cemetery trader. Ah, so as well as the regular trader, we'll get these. So we've got 10 relics. So we can buy special troops from here, or create crypts and things that recruit mummies and produce relics. So at 35 we can build something that produces relics, and then you can get troop training and unit upgrades, or even buy town denarii. Okay, that's really powerful, so we really want to go into these relics. And we're going to need more water and wheat. Chain lightning. Worth using a spell to get something that upgrades our gaze, isn't it? Right. Here's what I think we do. Right. First, I'm going to upgrade this. We should be able to kill a few of these. Send out the men. Kill that clay guy. Got him. Basic production. I'll take a tree. Yeah. Right, we're back to full unit capacity. But yeah, here's what I think we do here. We move this down. This will work slowly for a little bit. But then we just work these 4 tiles. And we move this over from the slow one to here. In fact, we'll put the bone pit there, because we can just work this one over here. So it doesn't matter that that's on a slow tile. Speaking of, send out some troops. Don't have them all held up in the barracks. That's a bad idea. Right. These zombies are actually quite tough in terms of like just base health, aren't they? I'm beginning to realise. Right. Already more enemies. A lot more enemies. Okay, this is a problem. We need water for the skeletons. It's going to do 110 damage. That thing's got tons of health. Well, we are beating him. And we've just about got him. We get this shaman. There we go. We get some free metal. A forge. Yes, thank you. Very nice. Okay. We should have enough to put enough troops to be able to fill our unit capacity. At this point, yeah, there we go. Maximum of 10 costs 6 and 4 makes 10, so right, we'll get these ruins searched. We've got a few weaker waves at the moment. Well, we've got 2 depth dwellers. They're not exactly weak, they're going to be quite difficult for us. We'll put the hunters here as well, and we'll start recruiting them soon. I think we'll start clearing this area out here. We'll start with an iron mine as well. And we've got him. Trader. What have we got at the trader? A concept. Boosts the production speed of all buildings under your gaze by 20% while active. Interesting. But it has to be under our gaze. Gain 90 resources of our choice 3 times. Increase max unit HP by 30. Healer mages join you each time you upgrade your gaze. This is objectively brilliant. And that's something. We've got all this denarii. It'll be because of the flunky. So we can just buy so much more here. The forge could boost up our units a bit if we wanted to. Or we can grab an iron mine. I think we will. But yeah, we'll upgrade. We'll get a forge upgrade. In fact, no. HP of damage dealt with that. Yeah. Or I could just get troop training. Now we'll get this forge upgrade. And these resources are so cheap, and they're... I mean, I'm tempted to just buy all the resources, but we'll save up. We'll save up. It's too bad this doesn't provide morale as well, because I'd buy that otherwise. Because we do want to boost our morale, don't we? With this character. So... how are we doing with clearing this out? Just about there. Fantastic. Get some more troops ready for... well, this. Send the next wave of guys. Lovely. Artifact. Heal your castle when production buildings are depleted. Might as well. Although, we could get all that flour and use it to just sell for gold. But, we could use a heal. Gnomes give morale at least, so again it boosts our morale, which is useful for those king quests. We'll get a crystal mine, I guess, and have we got a proper crystal mine? No, we've got like 2 base ones. I think we'll get the iron mine. So then if we get units that require iron, we've got a good amount of it. We'll go for a meteorite here. Prophecy. A moon face. No idea what it is, but we'll put it last. A cat head. No idea what it is, so we'll face that last. Fallen soldiers. I know what goblin giants and zombies are, so we'll put that first, because that's less terrifying. Some bandits with them. A burning skull and 14 crawlers. Okay, this will be interesting. A farmer's beloved talking pumpkin has vanished without a trace. Its cheerful grin is nowhere to be found. In protest, the devastated farmer refuses to work and has somehow inspired an entire mob of farmers to join his strike. Their logic is simple yet alarming. No pumpkin means no wheat means no bread, and no bread means an entire kingdom filled with increasingly cranky peasants. Your mage sighs in exasperation, mumbling about the absurdity of relying on produce for kingdom stability, yet your advisors look at you anxiously, pleading silently for swift action to avoid becoming known as the ruler of a pumpkinless, breadless and joyless kingdom. Force them back to work. We receive some ruined scouts. Send scouts to hunt for the missing pumpkin. We'll get a wheat field. Or use magic to allow the pumpkin to return to the farmer by itself. We get a pumpkin warrior. We'll go for the wheat field. Scouts search tirelessly for the prized pumpkin. As a new deity of a small one, and find the prized pumpkin living comfortably as the deity of a small woodland cult. Returning it takes considerable diplomacy, but the grateful farmer and peasants joyfully resume their work. Inspired by the god's divine adventures, they even suggest some improvements to your agricultural process. And the cemetery trader. Have we got enough to... we can't quite make an ancient pit of our own yet. Right, we'll continue on. Get scavenging, guys. We need water as well for this. And up here we also want to put down these. So we've got some mines now. I'll put the gnomes next to the hunters. Or we're going straight for our scouts. Get them back. And we're out of wheat. Lovely. Let's stop selling the wheat now. This is bad. Oh, that's going down quick. Right. Okay. Let's make sure we don't run out of wheat anytime soon. Right. Get all this water as well for skeletons. We're probably ready as well to increase max troop limits, and we probably want to get some troops off of these as well. Ah, so that's what a cat head is. It's literally a floating cat. And that's what a skull head is. It's a floating skull. Get the skull! Get him! There we go. Increase damage dealt by gnomes by 100%. Yep. And we won't be recruiting any gnomes for a while because that spent a lot of our gold hiring them. I think you can get an upgrade where they give some of the gold back when they die, so they don't really cost as much. Oh god! So that's basically the sun face from the previous level, isn't it? But creepier looking. Right, so at least now we know what it is. The real problem here is going to be those crawlers. So the real problem here is going to be the sun. This is it moon face? It was called. Makes sense if the other one's called the sun face. I guess you would call that one the moon face. If I remember, it's got considerable AoE damage, hasn't it? Like it'll hit one and kill like 3 guys at once. But we've got him. There we go. We could actually build this. We've got the iron. This buffs up rider units on the battlefield. Then unit trait, ranged troops poison enemies with attacks if there are at least 5 fairies on the battlefield. They require wheat to hire. Right, it's going to be the Academy of Fire. Produce more troops. Not bad amount of guys, but we'll buff up our troops. Okay, our troops weren't very good. We are using grunt units, so it's not really a surprise that they're not particularly great. We're really going to want to try and get some better troops. Like some swordsmen and things. What have we got here then? So I don't know, maybe we could get pumpkins going out. You know, let's have a look. Okay. Iron Hoe is great. An indescribable figurine, okay, so one of our grunts will become a Cthulhu monster. That improves our troops a bit, right? And we'll get these 2 upgrades for the hunters. So the hunters now have extra capacity and poison damage. So now we can focus on hiring hunters instead of just grunts. You know, like peasants and skeletons and things. We are going to need more wheat, but now these wheat fields have more units in them. So that's going to, well, have, not more units, have more stuff in them. We'll hire some more guys. That's terrifying. Sir Mortifax. We never even bothered with that building that unfreezes things, did we? We just didn't bother. We're just like, just send more peasants in. Out of wheat again. We have barely scratched him. He doesn't move very fast, but we've only got 2 health. So we probably want to stop him sooner rather than later here. But I don't think that's going to be possible. Oh. His sword is so huge that when he swung for our scouts then, it hit the castle. I was about to go like, well, we'll see how many units we can get out before he gets, you know, unleash them just as he gets to the gates. But no, his sword is that massive that it doesn't even need to be at the gate. He can be like a quarter of the way across the map and his sword just reaches, apparently. So there we go. A bit of an introduction to the graveyard then. I'm liking these benefits and things we've given our... I'm liking the bonuses that we've put on our council here. Like these discounts. So yeah, on resources and buildings. So it's just on resources and buildings. It's not as brilliant as I thought it would be. But it's decent. But I think the fact that it's only on that and not on like the building upgrades and the relics, I think that makes him a candidate for swapping out later down the line. Flunky has been amazing. Like, we are getting so much more Denari, it's ridiculous. So he's staying for good, I think. And yeah, just things being cheap, like I'm feeling the benefits of these. I really am. It's a noticeable difference. We can't buy anything here without crystals. Here we could possibly buy some things, like what's the next one cost? 30. So maybe. I'm kind of curious with this one, the Panther. Increases unit level up bonuses by 10%. What does that mean? Does that mean if I get troop training that gives my grunts 15% additional attack, will he make that 25% additional attack? Is that what it's saying? Because if it is, that's unbelievably good. Starting units is crap. Spell damage 50% is pretty decent actually. And 3 extra slots for spells. Like you could get those 2 and do like a magic run. Choose an artifact. A bit lucky that. Like you could get something amazing. You could get something that's a bit meh. That depends on what the extra options are. And then there's the advisor slot, which is really what we're going for here. We could put Mushroom King on. That wouldn't be an awful idea. And then move towards... I mean, there's nothing else we can buy anyway. Like, literally. We need crystals for that, crystals for that, crystals for that, and these as well. We need crystals for everything on here from this point forwards. Some of them even requiring, you know, 2 crystals eventually. This is the only thing we've got where there's no crystal requirement, so we're just unlocking advisors at this point. We'll try him out. We'll get rid of Jackers here, and we'll throw on the Mushroom King. Right. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. This has been The King is Watching. And I will see you on the next episode where we'll be trying out the Mushroom King. I think being able to just throw out some extra troops at the beginning, like we might not even want to bother with the magic school at this point. We might just plough all our crystals into summoning endless amounts of mushroom men to just bolster our troops, because that gives us a reliable source of pretty decent troops from the beginning. So that should be pretty good. And then we'll even we might even get some of these abilities now. We might be able to heal them and things, which could be quite good. And we need to keep in mind that, yeah, we want to boost up that morale. Eventually, yeah, we'll get hospitals, so our units will heal between waves and stuff. So if we're going to heal between waves and we've got healing things, we probably want to actually avoid grunts from now on and try to maybe buy units with more health. Mind you, grunts with 100 extra HP that deal more damage for each fallen grunt, maybe grunts aren't that bad of an idea, you know? At least mix a few in. We'll have to see though. For now though, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time where we'll try the graveyard again. I'll see you then.